How's it going, everyone? Hope y'all are having a great day. Jared Like Fitness here, back at you again with another video. And today I'm going to take a dive into the past, more specifically, 3 years ago. And I just can't believe it's been 3 years now. Feels like a lifetime ago. Maybe for me it's because it really was a lifetime ago, because I was a completely different person at that time. Back in 2022, I was living in Knoxville, had this small, overpriced apartment, and I was working about 50 to 60 hours a week at the Bojangles. And my plan around that time was that I was going to make it big as a rapper, that I was going to become the next Eminem and have a big rap career. And looking back on it now, it sounds really stupid, but at the time I was really committed to it. But at the same time, I never put in the work in order to do it. I was at the Bojangles until one day I found out that my manager was shit-talking me behind my back, so I made an emotional decision and I just abruptly quit, without any warning whatsoever. And for the first time in a while, I felt free. And at this point in time, things were getting pretty bad for me. But I was about to find out they're about to get a hell of a lot worse. DoorDash was my source of income now, and I wasn't consistent with it. And it also didn't help that I was also drinking. With my experience, beer was like an antidepressant. I mentioned it in my alcohol video that alcohol, it's just terrible and it's not gonna do anything for you. A few months go by and I get to the point where I'm in debt because I wasn't consistent with my DoorDash. My rap career was going nowhere because I wasn't putting in the work. And I actually hadn't weighed myself in a long time, so I had no idea what my weight was at. The problem for me was I wanted all these great things, but at this time I had no motivation, I had no discipline, I had no willpower. In a way, you could say I was my own worst enemy. BoJack Horseman is one of my favorite shows of all time, and there's this quote that I really relate with. How do you make something right when you've made it so wrong you can never go back? How do you make something right when you've made it so wrong you can never go back? At the beginning of November, this was how I felt. My debt was so bad I got an eviction notice, and I had no clue on what to do. I was mentally shot, my depression was at an all-time low, so I was not thinking clearly at all. I had the fabulous idea that I was going to get drunk and then attempt to take my own life. And that's what I did. I got drunk, and then when it got time to take my own life, I couldn't go through with it. I was afraid. When I realized I couldn't go through it, I called my mother. I told her I needed help. I broke down in tears and told her what I tried to do. That's the most humiliating, embarrassing phone call I've ever had to make. So she got me to a hospital and they checked me out. I was there for about 2 days, and to this day I still have PTSD from hospitals just because of the experience I had there. It was awful. But then afterwards I spent about a week at a mental health facility. And I'm really glad I did, because this definitely helped me get on the right track. It was there when I found out that I had weighed 480 pounds. I wanted to cry. I did not know that I had almost got up to 500 pounds. Up until this point, I was in denial about my food addiction. It wasn't until I got weighed in that I realized just how bad it was. Afterwards, I moved back in with my mom, and my dad took care of all the money that I owed to the landlord. You know, I'll be honest, I haven't always appreciated my folks, and there were times I had taken them for granted. But it was this moment when I realized I have some good folks, and if I had different folks than I do now, then maybe the scenario would have been a whole lot different. And it wasn't smooth sailing from here on out. I still had plenty of hiccups. I knew I needed to lose weight, and I did lose a bit of weight, but felt like it was because I had to lose weight, not because I wanted to lose weight kind of thing. My food addiction was still lingering, and I was trying to become a cook, but I found out later on that that wasn't going to work out. Way too stressful. A year had passed, so it was late 2023 now. I was going back to my old habits of binge eating and not feeling good about myself. But the big difference is this time I recognized it. In December 2023, I woke up one day and I knew I had to change. Not just physically, but mentally. I knew it was going to be hard. I knew it was going to be difficult. And I had no idea if I could even do it. But I knew I had to die trying. And that takes us to today. 3 years later, November 2025. I'm now 3 years sober. Since my highest weight of 480 pounds, I'm down about 250 pounds. I have to maintain 220 to 230 for a few more months. Then I'll be one step closer to getting approved for skin removal surgery. Throughout the course of this journey, I found out that I want to become a personal trainer. I'm taking online courses in order to do that now, to get certified. And unlike everything else in my life, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make sure that I succeed in personal training, because I'm done underachieving and not doing shit with my life. It's never too late. Just remember that. It's never too late. No matter what situation you're in, what kind of shit you got going on, it's never too late. For me, I thought it was. But it's never too late. There's a lot I'd still like to do. I've stayed intentionally single throughout this whole process. I'd like to find my special someone, but all that will come in time. I hope sharing my story is going to be able to help others, whether they're struggling with their weight or if it's just something else they got going on. Honestly, I should be dead right now, but I'm not, and I made the most of it. It's never too late to change your life. If you're watching this, whether you're 15 or 20 or 40 or 60 or 80, I don't care. It's not too late. That was 2022, the year of my downward spiral, and how I managed to bounce back from it. I have a set plan for myself, and I'm the smallest weight I've ever been in my entire adult life. You just gotta find your why and your reasoning to lose weight. Because all the times I failed to lose weight in the past, I didn't have a why, but I do now. You gotta want it for yourself. That's the main thing. Anyways, that's gonna end it off for today. We're on the road to 100 subscribers. So, if you like this video, please be sure to smash that subscribe button. And I'll see y'all soon. Peace.